Big Republic clincher in the Sonali Phogat murder investigation. Phone conversation of the two accused, or one accused with the family of Sonali, has now been accessed. More drugs recovered by the Goa police at the Curly's Club in Goa. Accused hid the drugs in the toilet. It's been found now. Associates of Sonali Phogat remanded to 10 days of police custody as Goa police widens investigation. Big provocation by China near the line of actual control. Video accessed by Republic shows construction by PLA troops. Countdown to the big demolition on Sunday. Noida Super Twin Towers to be raised in just 9 seconds. Suspense in Jharkhand as Election Commission wants disqualification of Hemant Soren as MLA, flees to a resort with his flock. Getting in some breaking news right now. Let's go across straight to that. There's been a big development getting in news now that there was a specific bomb threat on a flight, specific bomb threat on an Indigo flight 6065 from Chennai to Dubai, which was delayed. And as per the protocol, the aircraft was taken to a remote bay and bomb threat process was initiated. The flight was operated after a delay of about 6 hours from Chennai. That's the big breaking news update now coming in. A bomb threat on the Indigo flight, and this was 6065 from Chennai to Dubai. There was a specific bomb threat, and due to this bomb threat, there was a delay in the flight taking off. This flight was from Chennai to Dubai, and as per the protocol, the aircraft was taken to a remote bay and the bomb threat was initiated. The flight was operated after a delay of about 6 hours from Chennai, and an Indigo statement has just confirmed what we are breaking right now. Indigo has confirmed that one of their planes did face a specific bomb threat, and this was Indigo flight 6065 from Chennai to Dubai, and the airline saying that they followed all protocols possible, and that the aircraft was taken to a remote bay and this bomb threat process was initiated. Getting in details that the Indigo flight 6065 from Chennai to Dubai was later operated after a delay of about 6 hours from Chennai, is what we are hearing now. That's the big breaking news update now coming in. A formal statement also coming in from the airline that they followed all protocol, and the airline was operated only after that, after about 6 hours of delay, after they went through the entire protocol in this particular case. In fact, we're trying to get more details from Chennai now, where the story has just broken. Getting in details now, a specific bomb threat. Varshini with the full details. Varshini, over to you. Varshini, what do we know? Was there a call? Who gave the threat, or who was alerted about this threat? What do we know about this case? And was anything found?
Well, Niranjan, yes, this particular Indigo flight was supposed to depart from Chennai at around 7:20 a.m. in the morning, and the control room, the Air Customs control room had received a warning call stating that there could be a bomb in the flight, and that is why the flight was delayed for over 6 hours, is what we are learning, and almost more than 170 passengers were also detained at the Chennai airport until the bomb threat was made sure that it was not just a hoax and not a real threat. And there were also officials immediately brought in to examine the whole flight. And after all the checking, it was confirmed that there is no actual threat and it was just a hoax call made to the the control room. Therefore, the flight was then departed from the Chennai airport after 6 hours of delay, and that is what we're right now picking up from the Indigo Airlines flight.
Thank you for that, Varshini. Thank you for that. Keeping a close track on the developments. Once there is more information available, we'll come back with all those details. Chennai joining us, Varshini joining us from Chennai with all the full details. Let's go across and get you the big story. On Sunday, the one big headline, that demolition of the decade in Noida, the Twin Tower demolition. And all eyes are on that. And it's for the first time that India will be seeing a demolition of this kind. Let me go across straight to the location. This is the Supertech Twin Towers that are being demolished. And my colleague Shivangi joining us live straight. Let's go across and get you first up. Here's what you can expect. And before that, let's also tell you that we spoke to the team that is going to demolish that tower, the Twin Tower in Noida, the team that is going to demolish this tower. Let's show you, and we spoke to them. Here's our conversation with that team at the Twin Tower. Take a look.
Joining me is MD of Jet Demolitions, who will be supervising the entire demolition which will take place tomorrow. Mr. Joy, I would like to understand from you, for our viewers, can you please explain as to how the process will begin and how much time it will take and what kind of precautions are being taken?
You mean tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes. Well, evacuation will start at 7 o'clock tomorrow, and that is the biggest issue tomorrow, is to clear all the people out. I think there's something over 5,000 people to be cleared out. So that is the biggest process. Then we will do our final checks, and then at 2:30, once we are confirmed that the evacuation zone, the exclusion zone, has been cleared, then we will fire the blast.
So far, what steps have been taken? What precautions have been taken?
Well, the main precautions is just to make sure that there's lots of effort to double check the buildings. There's 500 policemen who are going to be going through the buildings to make sure everyone's out. So that's the biggest effort tomorrow.
How many people would be allowed near the building tomorrow?
Well, very few people, just the people working on the structure tomorrow morning.
And also, what would you like to tell to residents who are living in these societies or the nearby societies?
Well, they've been involved in the process, from the start, the last 6 months. And we are doing our best to ensure that there's no structural damage to any of the buildings around us.
Okay, how it will take place for the benefit of our viewers? How it will take place and how much time it will take to bring down the entire structure?
The explosives will fire over a period of just over 7 seconds, and so there, from first movement to last movement, will be about 12 seconds or so.
From 7 to 12 seconds.
Well, no, the explosives will fire over 7 seconds, and then another 4.5 seconds for the last debris to touch the ground.
It will start at around 2:30 p.m.
2:30, yes.
It will end by 2:45 maximum.
Well, yes. The blast, once everyone's clear, will take 12 seconds, basically.
In just 12 seconds, the entire structure will come down.
That's right.
Both the towers?
Both towers.
Also, one more important question. What kind of elements have been so far fixed in the building?
What sort of elements?
What are the things those have been fixed in the building?
Well, what we've done is to drill 9,642 holes. And those have been charged with explosives and the initiators. So those will be firing over that 7-second period.
How it will be done? Using remote?
No, we will be running out a cable and firing it electrically tomorrow.
Okay, you will be tiring it with cable?
Yes.
And how the amount of explosive you are using?
We are using just over 3.5 tons.
3.5 tons.
Yes.
Do you think that it's going to be a cumbersome job tomorrow?
A what job?
Difficult job, cumbersome job?
Well, the difficult work has actually been done now. And tomorrow the biggest effort again is to make sure everyone is cleared out of the evacuation area so that the exclusion zone is clear and then we can blast safely.
Last question. What have you been able to communicate to the administration and how has the administration been supporting?
Well, the Noida administration has been in charge of the entire process, so they've had a big job to synchronize and coordinate between all the residents, all the other agencies. So they have been in the driver's seat and controlling the whole process. So they've done a very big effort.
Have you been the part of earlier demolitions also in India?
Yes, we did 3 with edifice in Kochi 2.5 years ago. We did a 16 and 18 and 20-story building there.
How hopeful are you for tomorrow?
How full?
How hopeful are you for tomorrow?
Well, I'm always hopeful, and yes, we're feeling good. We've done our preparations, and everything's right.
Going across straight to Shivangi, joining me live. She's right outside the tower. The tower is right behind her. Let me go full frame to Shivangi as she joins us with the full preparation. Shivangi, in fact, all of us are very intrigued on how this is going to be carried out. Preparation, 32-story building. Over to you as you tell our viewers about the preparations, arrangement, and how this is going to be carried out tomorrow.
Right. Well, Niranjan, I am, as you can see, right behind me is the Supertech Twin Towers. And this is a very good view, if you can see how tall they really are. They stand out in the skyline. And these are going to be the tallest building ever in India to be raised down. So this is very significant. It's around 100 meters high. It's even taller than Qutub Minar. So it's a very high building, and that is why there's a lot of interest around when this Twin Towers will be demolished, Niranjan. Now, as we were, of course, speaking to the company which will be demolishing this Twin Tower, they said that around 3.5 tons of explosives will be used. And have a look very closely at the towers. They are enmeshed in an iron mesh and blankets. So those safety structures have been put there in case when there is a blast. The blast will be on the ground floor, and then the entire floors will collapse. So it's going to be essentially a waterfall demolition which will be taking place. So those iron mesh and blankets are surrounding the building because to make sure that the debris does not fly out too much. Next door are 2 residential societies. If my camera person can also zoom in on the residential societies, Rawatji, if you can zoom in, you can see that they are also covered in geotextile fabric. So this is a safety precaution being taken to make sure that the societies close by feel the impact of the demolition a little less than, of course, without these precautions. You can see that it's a geotextile fabric. It's like a white sheet which has been put over the buildings. Everybody who's staying close by will be evacuated around 7 a.m. in the morning, and they can only come back in the evening after the demolition is over. So this is the big story we are tracking, and we will continue our rolling coverage in Niranjan. And now also there are many more precautions being taken. Number 1, 400 police personnel will be on spot. Number 2, NDRF will be on spot. Fire tenders will be on spot. Ambulances will be on spot, as well as an extra precautionary measure on D-Day, which is tomorrow. This is going to happen tomorrow afternoon around 2:30 p.m. Niranjan. And when we talk about the actual demolition, we know that a lot of explosives are being used. We're talking about emulsions, detonators being used, and the explosives will go off on the shock tubes which are there. Some holes have been drilled as well, and the entire story has got a lot of interest. It was a huge legal battle which has brought us to this point at this point of time. Remember that this is coming back of the Supreme Court order which said that there was nefarious complicity between the Noida Authority and Supertech. And when this building was being made, when this residential building was being made, it was found that there was serious violation of the building codes. So that is why tomorrow, finally, it's been a win for the RWA, for residents, and this entire structure will be pulled down, Niranjan.
Okay, in fact, stay with me. I just want to, there's a small report that we have prepared. I'd like to play that out on how this demolition of the decade will take place on Sunday. Take a look.
of August, Sunday, the Supertech Twin Towers will come crashing down as 3,700 kgs of explosives rigged in 9,000 holes across the structure will detonate. The demolition exercise is set to begin at around 2:30 p.m. and evacuation from the adjoining areas will start at 7 in the morning. The explosives are expected to go off within a span of 10 seconds, while it is thought 8 to 10 minutes will take for the dust to settle.
And in fact, just cutting out of that report to get you a video that we've just accessed, putting out the video. In fact, that's the moment when Sonali Phogat, the BJP leader, was force-fed drugs inside the Curlies in Goa. For the first time, we have that video. We've accessed that video. I'm just going to play that out on your screen right now. Let's put the video out. We've accessed the video. And in this video, you can see Sudhir Sangwan. And the video is just on the screen. Let's put that video out on screen, please. In this video, Sudhir Sangwan is seen. Look at that. That's the moment. That's the moment where you see she's dancing there. She's dancing there. We'll go across to Alisha. And that's the video. That's the moment where she's being force-fed drugs. Sunil, that's Sudhir Sangwan. He's holding something. He's dancing, and he's giving it to her. She's not consuming it. She's giving it. She's being given it. She's being given. She's being force-fed the drugs, and it's coming out for the first time. I'd like to go across to Alisha. Alisha has accessed this video, and I'll go across to her. This was the night before she was found dead. The night before she was found dead, she was force-fed the drug. The night before she was found dead, she was force-fed the drug. And Republic TV has accessed that video. The man with her, you see that's Sudhir Sangwan, her personal assistant. Seen there, he's dancing with her and he's just force-feeding her something. The moment it happened, and that's the video on your screen of her being force-fed drugs. Sonali Phogat can be seen in this video dancing with Sudhir Sangwan. And across to Alisha. Alisha, Shavan and Amit Chaudhary is also joining us live. Amit, what can we make out from this video? Amit. And Alisha, this video shows she was force-fed the drugs, Alisha.
Well, yes, Niranjan, we can clearly see in the CCTV footage where Sonali Phogat, she was forced to drink the liquid substance, that is the MDMA, 1.5 gram of MDMA, which was mixed in a drink, and this is also the confession that was given by the accused before the police. More importantly, that when IG Goa, who briefed the media, has clearly mentioned that when she was taken to the same restaurant, that is Curly's restaurant, there she was intentionally and forcefully drink, and that is now visible in the CCTV that we have accessed, which clearly sees that how Sudhir Sangwan, who is forcefully making Sonali Phogat to make that drink something in the bottle, and that is something is 1.5 gram of MDMA that was mixed in the same drink. So importantly, even the drug peddler from whom Sudhir Sangwan, who has got those drug substances from a drug peddler are right outside the same hotel where they were staying, that is a Grand Leone hotel, and he has also made a payment through cash that is worth rupees 6,000, and it was around 2.660 gram MDMA that was taken by the drug peddler, and 1.5 gram of MDMA that was mixed in the same drink, which we can clearly see in the CCTV visuals as well, where the police has recovered and they have been investigating into the matter, and which is why the police has arrested Sudhir Sangwan and Sukhvinder Singh, because this is the confession that has already been given and they have the proof, because even police know that with the confession they cannot go before the court, as the statement that is given by the accused to the police is not admissible before the court, but they have the proof, and that proof has been put before the court today as well in the remand copy that was given to the court while judge was reading all the remand copy, where the Goa police has seek for the 14 days custody, because what has even been mentioned that it is not only limited to the two person, but as they both are, as the accused are the non-Goans, so there could be the possibility of other people involvement as well, which is why they required the custody. And today, where the court has sent both the accused, that is Sudhir Sangwan and Sukhvinder Singh, to the police custody for 10 days, but now it is clearly evident that it was Sudhir Sangwan who forcefully make Sonali Phogat to drink from the same bottle. We can see in the CCTV footage that we have accessed. So it is crystal clear that how the involvement of Sudhir Sangwan and Sukhvinder Singh has came into light during the investigation, where the police is looking into not only the murder case, but also there is a narcotic case that is under NDPS Act that has been registered against 4 accused. In this, 2 people have already been arrested. That is Curly's restaurant owner Edwin Nunes, who has been known to be the part of this whole conspiracy, because he's been the owner, and despite knowing that there is some narcotic activity that has been ongoing in his restaurant, which is why he's been arrested, and the drug peddler that can be even seen in the CCTV footage that has come across the police, he is also arrested, as well as whether it is selling or buying in all these narcotic activities, where even Sudhir and Sukhvinder Singh has been involved. So these are the 4 people who have been involved in the second FIR that has been registered under NDPS Act.
Stay with me. In fact, that's the video. That's the video that we have just accessed. Alisha has accessed. Amit Chaudhary also tracking the story. So they're in 2 different parts of Goa. Alisha is in at the hotel where she was found dead, and Amit Chaudhary also joining us from the club where this happened. Amit, video shows clearly that she's dancing, and at one point he takes the glass and he force feeds her the drug. It's clear that she was drugged.
देखिए, जहां पर ये पार्टी हुई थी उस एरिया को जो है फिलहाल सील कर दिया गया है। सीसीटीवी सीधे तौर पर दिखा रहा है कि किस तरीके से एक ड्रिंक के साथ जो है उसको जबरन जो है जो ड्रग्स है, जो बताया जा रहा है कि 1.5 MDMA था या उस जैसा कोई सब्सटेंस था, उसको जबरदस्ती जो है पिलाने की कोशिश कर रहा है सुधीर सांगवान। मैं आपको ये भी बताना चाहता हूं, ये समय जो है, जो हमारी पुलिस ऑफिशियल से बात हुई, ये करीब रात 2 बजे से लेकर के 2:15 तक के बीच का है। उस दौरान जो है ये ड्रग उसको दिया गया, और जो सीसीटीवी लगातार हम दिखा रहे थे कल से कि किस तरीके से लड़खड़ाते हुए जो सोनाली फोगाट है वो पहुंची है, उसको जो है सुधीर टॉयलेट की तरफ लेकर जा रहा है और वहां पर जाकर के कुछ देर वो बैठती भी है। तो वो जो समय है वो समय है 4:10 का सुबह का। उसके बाद करीब 2 घंटे जो है वो टॉयलेट में रहती है, साथ ही में सुधीर सांगवान भी रहता है। और इस दौरान क्योंकि देखिए कई बॉडी पे जो कई चोट के निशान भी है, हो सकता है वो चोट के निशान उस समय, क्योंकि उसके अंदर देखिए काफी ज्यादा नशे में थी, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो अपने बॉडी को जो लगातार वो है झटक रही थी। तो इस दौरान हो सकता है कि चोट जो है, क्योंकि वो सीढ़ी पर बैठी, जमीन पर बैठी, तो इस दौरान जो कुछ चोटें जो हैं उसको लगी। उसके बाद जब उसको वहां से उठा करके करीब 5-6 लोगों ने उसको उठाया, उसके बाद फिर उसको गाड़ी में डाला, फिर उसको जाकर के होटल ले जाया गया। होटल ले जाने के कुछ देर के बाद जो है उसकी जो है तबीयत और खराब होती है, फिर जो है उसको हॉस्पिटल ले जाते हैं और रास्ते में ही उसकी मौत हो जाती है। तो ऐसे में सबसे बड़ा सवाल ये उठता है कि 1.5 ग्राम जो ड्रग्स की बात हो रही है, वो क्वांटिटी काफी ज्यादा है, और एक शख्स को अगर इतनी ज्यादा क्वांटिटी में अगर ड्रग्स दिया है तो कहीं ना कहीं सवाल खड़े होते हैं। हो सकता है कि जानबूझकर साजिश के अनुसार जो है, साजिश के तहत जो है ये ड्रग्स जानबूझकर जो है सुधीर सांगवान ने उसे पिलाया हो। अब पुलिस जो है ये सीसीटीवी कैमरा जो है जिसमें दिख रहा है कि सीधे तौर पर जबरन जो है वो ड्रग्स जो है वो सोनाली को जो है वो पिला रहा है, तो इसी सीसीटीवी के वजह से जो है इन दोनों को गिरफ्तार किया गया और ये ड्रग्स कहां पिलाया गया और ये ड्रग्स जो है उस टॉयलेट में भी मिला। सुधीर ने पूछताछ के दौरान बताया कि 2.2 ग्राम के करीब जो ड्रग्स है उसे टॉयलेट में आते ही छिपा दिया था। 12:30 बजे रात में पार्टी शुरू हुई और पार्टी के बाद जैसे ही 2 बजे के आसपास जब सब नशे में होते हैं वो टॉयलेट से वो ड्रग्स लेके आता है, उसको एक ड्रिंक में भी मिलाता है और उसको सीधे तौर पर जो है वो सोनाली फोगाट को पिला देता है, जिससे उसकी मौत हो गई। यही वजह है कि देखिए मामला जो है वो साजिश हत्या भी हो सकता है या फिर ओवरडोज ऑफ ड्रग्स, और ओवरडोज ऑफ ड्रग्स अगर इंटेंशनली दिया है तो कहीं ना कहीं ये जो है जान से मारने की साजिश के तहत जो है मामला बनता है। तो ऐसे में इन्वेस्टिगेशन जो है इस पॉइंट पे जो है फिलहाल चल रही है। जी।
Okay, stay with me. I'm getting in some breaking news right now. We're getting in news now as we stay with those pictures. That's the moment. You can see that's Sudhir Sangwan, the man there, holding a glass, giving it to Sonali even as she's dancing. And that's the moment we were told by the police confirming that's the moment when they mixed drugs in her glass and she was force-fed the drug. That's the moment it happened. Sudhir Sangwan seen giving a glass, and you can see that Sonali Phogat, the moment she's given that drug, the moment she's administered that drug, she puts her head down almost, because obviously it was unexpected. It seems like she's caught by surprise. It was an unexpected moment, and she perhaps felt it was overwhelming in that particular moment when she's dancing. She's obviously uncomfortable. It appears, Alisha, it's clear from the video. She's dancing and he brings a glass to her, and then she doesn't expect it. She doesn't expect it, and she seems surprised and she puts her head down in that minute. Obviously, she was being force-fed the drugs, and the police have confirmed that inside that glass was MDMA or whatever the drug was. Was it MDMA? What was given to her? And what happened after that? I think the question is what happened after that?
Well, as far the investigation, Niranjan, let me put things into perspective, because if you see the video, it's of Tuesday, that is 23rd of August, in the night around 1:25 a.m. in the night. So that is the video that we have access, the CCTV we have access. It's about 1:25 a.m. in the night of 23rd of August, and right after that, because it was the pre-planned, is something even the police is investigating, and what have been told by the police as well, if you go officially. So it is something when Sudhir Sangwan and Sukhwinder Singh, they have contacted a drug peddler. The drug peddler is from Goa itself. He is a local drug peddler. So even police is investigating whether they have earlier contacted with each other or not, is the part of investigation. But they called a drug peddler near the same hotel, that is Hotel Leone, Grand Leone, where Sonali Phogat and the other two who were staying there. So they got the drugs from the drug peddler. Later they went to hotel, the restaurant, that is Curly's restaurant, where Sudhir Sangwan itself has mixed that drug, that is MDMA, and what we have been told, it's 1.5 gram of MDMA that was mixed in her drink, and she's been forcefully and intentionally that was made her drink, because even police, and we can even see in the video as well, and police has even confirmed that she was trying to get rid of it. She don't want to drink that. She don't want to drink, but it was something forcefully that was made her to drink by Sudhir Sangwan, and that is now crystal clear from the CCTV as well. So right after that, when she was not feeling well, she was very uneasy. Later, she was taken to the ladies' toilet, where she was there for around 2 hours. Now, even during the custody, now when police has already got the 10 days of custody of both the accused, now they are going to investigate what exactly the reason where she has spent like almost 2 hours in the ladies' toilet, and also there was a drugs that was recovered from the FSL team yesterday while conducting searches and while conducting the crime scene. Moreover, right after the Curly's restaurant, they got a taxi From the same taxi, they went to the hospital, to the hotel, the Grand Leone Hotel. So the matter of the fact, and specifically the police who were investigating into the matter, that whether they were knowing that she is not feeling well, she is unconscious, rather than taking her to the hospital, they directly took her to the hotel, where she again complained of the unconscious, and they took a private car, rather than calling for an ambulance or for a doctor, or they should have informed the hotel management, but rather than calling for any help, they directly took a Sonali Phogat from a private vehicle of some of the guests who were staying here, and then they directly went to the hospital, to the St. Anthony Hospital, where doctor declared them brought dead. So this is a sequence, a timeline, what has happened in the incident, and starting from 22nd to 26th, as we have been seeing that till yesterday, where the FSL team has reached to the spot, and they have already created the crime scene, and even we saw that there are some amount of drugs that has already been recovered from the same ladies' toilet now, which is been sealed as a part of investigation. Not only that, but even the raises question over the hotel as well, because yesterday, Niranjan, you remember that we were reporting from the entire day from the same hotel, which is under the renovation now, but the house has been sealed for now, but there are still people who have been roaming around, and till yesterday no one was even allowed to even go in and inside, but the renovation work was ongoing. So this is something a part of investigation, the question that has arisen with the police as well. But today, in the course of investigation, where police has been now even looking more and more people who will be involved. There is a team from the Haryana, what the DGP has, while speaking to media, has mentioned that there is a team of Goa police who is going to visit even Hisar, that is Haryana, to look into the property angle as well, the claim that has been made by the family member.
Okay, I'm handing it over to my colleague Abhishek, also joining us on the broadcast. Abhishek, this is turning out to be a big murder mystery. The police said it, that she was force-fed drugs, and this video showing that clearly she was given some liquid. Yes, over to you, Abhishek, over to you.
Well, absolutely, Niranjan. Thank you so much. But what is important is, Niranjan, that the mystery is still shrouded, because we don't know as yet what the motive was. We are seeing in the pictures Sonali Phogat being drugged. We have seen in the pictures she being taken out in a difficult situation. She is not able to stand, and she has to be carried on shoulders of Sudhir. But what is important is why she was taken to Goa when there was no shoot, and why she was drugged. Those questions still remain unanswered. And of course, there is now the fact that the two accused are in 10 days of police custody. Hopefully, facts are going to come out. Thank you so much, Niranjan. Let's begin with the headlines. The biggest clincher in the Sonali Phogat murder probe, CCTV video of the moment she was drugged, now out. Drugs and more drugs recovered by the Goa police at the Curly's Club in Goa. Accused hid the drugs in the toilet. Associates of Sonali Phogat remanded to 10 days of police custody as Goa police widens the investigation. Big provocation by China near LAC. Video accessed by Republic shows construction by PLA troops. Countdown to the big demolition on Sunday. Noida Supertech Twin Towers to be raised in just 9 seconds. Suspense in Jharkhand as EC is likely to disqualify Soren, as reports suggest, as MLA, and Soren frees to a resort with his MLAs. All right, another breaking news development coming in connection with Sonali Phogat murder, and that's her family is all set to meet Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar in a short while from now. Remember, we have had the Haryana Chief Minister mention it more than a couple of times, including once in a press conference, that if the family so demands, even Haryana police can get into the investigation, and that whatever be the demands of the family would be met in terms of investigation. And now, reports coming in that Sonali Phogat's family is all set to meet Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar, even as two accused, both aides of Sonali, remain in police custody now and given, and that's going to be there for 10 days. It would be interesting to see what the family demands now. Remember, the family was the first to raise doubts about the death of Sonali Phogat, which was initially believed to be due to a cardiac arrest, and subsequently it so transpired that it was in fact murder, with the two accused already admitting that they spiked their drinks. And now, of course, there is a video footage which clearly shows Sudhir giving the spiked drink to Sonali in the picture on the dance floor. In fact, Alisha from Goa, Amit from Goa, and Amandeep from Chandigarh join us live. I'll like to go to Amandeep first, since he's reporting from Chandigarh, where the family is likely to meet Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar. Amandeep, are you hearing anything about what could be the possible demands of the family now that the two accused are in police custody?
Well, Abhishek, we have spoke to the family regarding this meeting, and in fact, family says we have only one single demand to meet Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar. That is all about to transfer this case to CBI, just because now this case is now sticking to a jurisdiction of Goa only. And even they are smelling out of this case that every day sensational details are coming out, and in fact, they are smelling some big conspiracy behind the killing of Sonali Phogat, and that is the reason they are coming to meet Manohar Lal Khattar at his residence in Chandigarh with the one single demand of the CBI investigation, so that the entire truth should be come forward, that how it happened. And even families also smelling this.
खादी महोत्सव करके अपने स्वतंत्रता सेनानियों को बहुत सुंदर उपहार दिया है। आज ही गुजरात राज्य खादी ग्रामोद्योग बोर्ड की नई बिल्डिंग और साबरमती नदी पर भव्य अटल ब्रिज का भी लोकार्पण हुआ है। मैं अहमदाबाद के लोगों को, गुजरात के लोगों को आज इस एक नए पड़ाव पर आकर के हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, तब बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। साथियों, अटल ब्रिज साबरमती नदी को दो किनारों को ही आपस में नहीं जोड़ रहा, बल्कि डिजाइन और इनोवेशन में भी अभूतपूर्व है। इसकी डिजाइन में गुजरात के मशहूर पतंग महोत्सव का भी ध्यान रखा गया है। गांधीनगर और गुजरात ने हमेशा अटल जी को खूब स्नेह दिया था। 1996 में 1996 में अटल जी ने गांधीनगर से रिकॉर्ड वोटों से लोकसभा चुनाव जीता था। ये अटल ब्रिज यहां के लोगों की तरफ से उन्हें एक भावभीनी श्रद्धांजलि भी है। साथियों, कुछ दिन पहले गुजरात सहित पूरे देश ने आजादी के 75 वर्ष पूरे होने पर बहुत उत्साह के साथ अमृत महोत्सव मनाया है। गुजरात में भी जिस प्रकार गांव-गांव, गली-गली, हर घर तिरंगे को लेकर उत्साह, उमंग और चारों तरफ मन भी तिरंगा, तन भी तिरंगा, जन्मी तिरंगा, जज्बा भी तिरंगा, उसकी तस्वीरें हम सबने देखी है। यहां जो तिरंगा रैलियां निकली, प्रभात फेरियां निकली, उनमें राष्ट्रभक्ति का ज्वार तो था ही, अमृत काल में विकसित भारत के निर्माण का संकल्प भी रहा। यही संकल्प आज यहां खादी उत्सव में भी दिख रहा है। चरखे पर सूत कांतने वाले आपके हाथ भविष्य के भारत का ताना बाना बुन रहे हैं। साथियों, इतिहास साक्षी है कि खादी का एक धागा आजादी के आंदोलन की ताकत बन गया। उसने गुलामी की जंजीरों को तोड़ दिया। खादी का वही धागा विकसित भारत के प्रण को पूरा करने का, आत्मनिर्भर भारत के सपने को पूरा करने का प्रेरणा स्रोत भी बन सकता है। जैसे एक दिया, चाहे वो कितना ही छोटा क्यों न हो, वो अंधेरे को परास्त कर देता है, वैसे ही खादी जैसी हमारी परंपरागत शक्ति भारत को नई ऊंचाई पर ले जाने की प्रेरणा भी बन सकती है। और इसलिए ये खादी उत्सव स्वतंत्रता आंदोलन के इतिहास को पुनर्जीवित करने का प्रयास है। ये खादी उत्सव भविष्य के उज्जवल भारत के संकल्प को पूरा करने की प्रेरणा है। साथियों, इस बार 15 अगस्त को लाल किले से मैंने पंच प्राणों की बात कही है। आज साबरमती के तट पर इस पुण्य प्रवाह के सामने, ये पवित्र स्थान पर मैं पंच प्राणों को फिर से दोहराना चाहता हूं। पहला, देश के सामने विराट लक्ष्य, विकसित भारत बनाने का लक्ष्य। दूसरा, गुलामी की मानसिकता का पूरी तरह त्याग। तीसरा, अपनी विरासत पर गर्व। चौथा, राष्ट्र की एकता बढ़ाने का पुरजोर प्रयास। और पांचवा, हर नागरिक का कर्तव्य। आज का ये खादी उत्सव इन पंच प्राणों का एक सुंदर प्रतिबिंब भी है। इस खादी उत्सव में एक विराट लक्ष्य, अपनी विरासत का गर्व, जन भागीदारी, अपना कर्तव्य, सब कुछ समाहित है, सबका समागम है। हमारी खादी भी गुलामी की मानसिकता की बहुत बड़ी भुक्तभोगी रही है। आजादी के आंदोलन के समय जिस खादी ने हमें स्वदेशी का एहसास कराया, आजादी के बाद उसी खादी को अपमानित नजरों से देखा गया। आजादी के आंदोलन के समय जिस खादी को गांधी जी ने देश का स्वाभिमान बनाया, उसी खादी को आजादी के बाद हीन भावना से भर दिया गया। इस वजह से खादी और खादी से जुड़ा ग्रामोद्योग पूरी तरह तबाह हो गया। खादी की ये स्थिति विशेष रूप से गुजरात के लिए बहुत ही पीड़ादायक थी, क्योंकि गुजरात का खादी से बहुत खास रिश्ता रहा है। साथियों, मुझे खुशी है कि खादी को एक बार फिर जीवन दान देने का काम गुजरात की इस धरती ने किया है। मुझे याद है, खादी की स्थिति सुधारने के लिए 2003 में हमने गांधी जी के जन्म स्थान तब हमने खादी फॉर नेशन के साथ साथ खादी फॉर फैशन का संकल्प लिया था। गुजरात में खादी के प्रमोशन के लिए अनेकों फैशन शो किए गए, मशहूर हस्तियों को जिससे जोड़ा गया। तब लोग हमारा मजाक उड़ाते थे, अपमानित भी करते थे, लेकिन खादी और ग्रामोद्योग की उपेक्षा गुजरात को स्वीकार नहीं थी। गुजरात समर्पित भाव से आगे बढ़ता रहा और उसने खादी को जीवन दान दे करके दिखाया भी। 2014 में जब आपने मुझे दिल्ली जाने का आदेश दिया, तो गुजरात से मिली प्रेरणा को मैंने और आगे बढ़ाया, उसका और विस्तार किया। हमने खादी फॉर नेशन, खादी फॉर फैशन, इसमें खादी फॉर ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन का संकल्प जोड़ा। हमने गुजरात की सफलता के अनुभवों का देश भर में विस्तार करना शुरू किया। देश भर में खादी से जुड़ी जो भी समस्याएं थी, उनको दूर किया गया। हमने देशवासियों को खादी के प्रोडक्ट खरीदने के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया और इसका नतीजा आज दुनिया देख रही है। आज भारत के टॉप फैशन ब्रांड्स खादी से जुड़ने के लिए खुद आगे आ रहे हैं। आज भारत में खादी का रिकॉर्ड उत्पादन हो रहा है, रिकॉर्ड बिक्री हो रही है। पिछले 8 वर्षों में खादी की बिक्री में 4 गुना से अधिक की वृद्धि हुई है। आज पहली बार भारत के खादी और ग्रामोद्योग का टर्नओवर 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए से ऊपर चला गया है। खादी की इस बिक्री के बढ़ने का सबसे ज्यादा लाभ आपको हुआ है। मेरे गांव में रहने वाले खादी से जुड़े भाई बहनों को हुआ है। खादी की बिक्री बढ़ने की वजह से गांवों में ज्यादा पैसा गया है, गांवों में ज्यादा लोगों को रोजगार मिला है। विशेष रूप से हमारी माताओं बहनों का सशक्तिकरण हुआ है। पिछले 8 वर्षों में सिर्फ खादी और ग्रामोद्योग में 2.25 करोड़ नए रोजगार पैदा हुए हैं। और साथियों, गुजरात में तो अब ग्रीन खादी का अभियान भी चल पड़ा है। यहां अब सोलर चरखे से खादी बनाई जा रही है, कारीगरों को सोलर चरखे दिए जा रहे हैं। यानी गुजरात फिर एक बार नया रास्ता दिखा रहा है। साथियों, भारत के खादी उद्योग की बढ़ती ताकत के पीछे भी महिला शक्ति का बहुत बड़ा योगदान है। उद्यमिता की भावना हमारी बहनों बेटियों में फुट करके भरी पड़ी है। इसका प्रमाण गुजरात में सखी मंडलों का विस्तार भी है। एक दशक पहले हमने गुजरात में बहनों के सशक्तिकरण के लिए मिशन मंगलम शुरू किया था। आज गुजरात में बहनों के 2,60,000 से अधिक स्वयं सहायता समूह बन चुके हैं। इनमें 26 लाख से अधिक
Cristiano Ronaldo transfer news continues to make headlines with the Manchester United forward recently linked to a French club in the ongoing transfer window. The Portuguese superstar had put in a transfer request in the summer, stating his desire to play Champions League football after Manchester United failed to qualify for the competition. After assuring themselves of a medal, Indian shuttlers Satvik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty take on Aaron Chia and So Woo Yik in the men's doubles semi-finals. The Indians defeated world number 2 Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi of Japan in the quarterfinals and will now have a mountain to climb against the Malaysians on Saturday for a place in Sunday's final.
Raja Singh has been arrested once again.
Former football captain Bhaijing Bhutia on Friday cited his credibility, experience and his equivalent in cricket, Saurav Ganguly, to hammer home the point that he is definitely the right man to lead the
Republic has accessed the video of China's People's Liberation Army engaging in construction work in Arunachal Pradesh. The video shows PLA personnel working with machines near the border in Chagalagam. Sources in the Indian Army confirmed the video of Chinese construction at LAC. They informed that the construction is on the Chinese soil but too close for comfort. As China provokes along with LAC in Arunachal, Asaduddin Owaisi, AIMIM chief, sought special session to discuss the same in Parliament. He claimed that China was preparing for a war with India. Days after CBI conducted raids at the residence of Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP staged protests in the national capital. While AAP protested against the raids and charges of corruption, the BJP demanded Sisodia's resignation. Alright, another breaking news development coming in connection with the Bilkis Bano case. This time, 134 former civil servants have written an open letter to the Chief Justice of India against premature release of 11 men who were jailed in gang rape case of Bilkis Bano. This is connected to the Gujarat riots of 2002 and now, even as the matter is before the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court has already issued notices to the Gujarat government, 134 civil servants now coming in and writing to the CJI on this issue. That's a breaking news development coming in, and we'll quickly find out who all these former civil servants are. These include former IPS officers, IAS officers, and some from the judiciary as well, of course, retired. And 134 former civil servants, in an open letter to the Chief Justice of India, object to premature release of 11 men. Remember, on the Independence Day Eve, the Gujarat government had decided to let 11 men be released who were convicted in the Bilkis Bano case of 2002 and had served a life term in jail, which is generally believed to be 14 years. They were behind bars for 15 years. And after the Supreme Court of India directed the matter back to the Gujarat government, those were released only about a fortnight back. Now, civil servants, former civil servants, writing to the CJI to look into the matter. The Supreme Court, of course, sees of the matter. On that note, a short break. On the other side, the biggest clincher in the Sonali Phogat murder probe. CCTV video of the moment she was drugged is now out. Suspense in Jharkhand as EC possibly disqualifies Soren as MLA, flees to a resort with his MLAs.
Amity University, Dubai has been awarded as the best university campus in the Middle East by Forbes magazine and recognized as the best university for job placements. Jumpstart your global career in Dubai with Amity, with faculty and students from over 50 nationalities. Visit amity.edu/Dubai.
And more national stories at this point from sports. Olympic champion javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra on Friday scripted history as he became the first Indian to clinch a Diamond League meeting title, winning the Lausanne leg. The 24-year-old Chopra, who had pulled out of the Birmingham Commonwealth Games due to a minor groin injury he had suffered while winning a silver during the World Championships last month, hurled the sphere to 89.08 meters in his first attempt to seal the win in style.
Also somebody coming back through injury. This is a first round effort. Oh, that's huge.
Taliban has refused to allow female students to leave the Afghan capital to go to study in Kazakhstan and Qatar, according to reports. Russian media, both female and male students, remember, were planning to leave Kabul, but only male students were permitted, whereas restrictions were put on the female students. Pakistan Finance Minister has lashed out at the PTI-led Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government for attempting to sabotage the Pakistan.
Tallest building, Super Tech Twin Towers, right behind me, 100 meters tall, 40-story high, which will be coming down. It's going to be a waterfall implosion. A lot of detonators, emulsion, shock tubes being used filled with explosive material and jet and powdered form. Very, very serious violation of building codes. It's coming at the back of the Supreme Court order. A nefarious complicity between the Noida Authority and Supertex. And on Sunday, the Twin Towers will be reduced to just rubble.
Republic has accessed the video of China's People's Liberation Army engaging in construction work in Arunachal Pradesh. The video shows PLA personnel working with machines near the border in Khaglagam. This is on their side of the line of actual control, not Arunachal Pradesh. Sources in the Indian Army confirmed the video of Chinese construction at LAC. They informed that the construction is on the Chinese soil but too close for comfort. As China provokes along with LAC in Arunachal, Asaduddin Owaisi, AIMIM chief, sought special session of parliament to discuss the same. He claimed that China was preparing for a war with India. Days after the CBI conducted raids at the residence of Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP staged protests in the national capital. While AAP protested against the raids and charges of corruption, the BJP demanded Sisodia's resignation. Sources in the know have confirmed that a total of 33 MLAs left in the bus from Chief Minister Hemant Soren's residence earlier today. Comes as Soren is apparently disqualified as an MLA and will now have to leave the CM position as well. Amid the deepening political crisis in Jharkhand, Hemant Soren along with other legislators of the JMM Congress RJD coalition were taken to some unknown destination on 3 buses. The Anjana police was granted the custody of Sonali Phogat's PA, Sudhir Sangwan and Sukhvinder for 10 days. So while the police arrested 2 more accused in the case, they will be in custody for the next 24 hours. Ahead of the upcoming Munugode Assembly polls, BJP President JP Nadda will be addressing the public in Telangana today to mark the 3rd phase of Praja Sangrama Yatra by State BJP Chief. All right, this is all we had in 6:30 p.m. live and breaking. For the biggest story of the day, it's Niranjan with biggest story tonight in Mumbai studio.
Thank you for that, Abhishek. There's been a big build-up to the Twin Tower demolition exactly where you are, a few kilometers from where you are. And I think there's a lot of interest around the biggest structure India has demolished till date. So I'm going across straight live to that. That's our biggest story tonight. It's the demolition of the decade in India. Here are the headlines. Republic TV accesses the video showing Sonali Phogat, the BJP leader, being force-fed drugs at Goa's Curly's club. Drugs video emerges after 5 days. After 5 days. How did they even call it a case of cardiac arrest? More drugs are found this morning. A video also emerges from the line of actual control showing the build-up, China's massive build-up at the LAC, the reason why India should now start acting. "17 Soren MLAs missing, 33 flee to a Jharkhand resort." Countdown to the Twin Tower demolition in Noida. Going across live straight to that location. Well, it's the demolition of the decade. I'm going across straight to right where that building is going to be demolished. In fact, the towers are going to be demolished. So Charita, my colleague, is joining me live straight from adjacent to the towers, adjacent to the Twin Towers. So Charita, over to you and take it away. And let's speak to those people, those affected by the Twin Towers and why this is going to be demolished. And it's such a big deal for those residents and for all of India watching. So Charita, over to you. Okay, I'm going across just to Shiva. So Charita, who's right there. But let me also go across to Shivangi, who's also very close. Right behind her is the Twin Towers. So Charita, Shivangi, take it away for about 30 seconds, and then we'll have Charita live as well from right below that building. Yes, Shivangi.
All right, well, Niranjan, you can see right behind me the Super Tech Twin Towers, and they stand out in the sky. They stand out in the sky. And just imagine, in 19 hours, Niranjan, tomorrow, I'm going to tell our viewers this as well, tomorrow the Super Tech Twin Towers will be just rubble, razed to the ground. It is a demolition of the decade. It is, in fact, the highest building to be demolished in India. That's why there's so much of interest in this story, and it has so many angles. I will just talk about that right now. Let's talk about first the building itself. 100-meter tall building, taller than the Qutub Minar.
Shivangi, stay with me. I'm just coming back to you. In just about 3 to 4 minutes, Shivangi, coming back to you. Stay where you are, but you stay safe. I'm going across to Sucharita. Sucharita is also there. Sucharita, can you hear me? The towers are right behind her. I'm handing it over to you, Sucharita. Over to you.
Right, Niranjan, I really couldn't hear you, but I know that you were talking about the demolition of the decade. You're talking about these twin towers, also touted as being called the towers of corruption, that are going to be brought down tomorrow. It's going to be an implosion. It's going to be at 2:30, and we know that it's going to be a period of 9 seconds, and these twin towers will be razed to the ground. And I have with me Mr. Jigar Chadha, who represents Edifice, that is the company that is taking care of this implosion. I also have Dr. Kanungo, who's a senior scientist representing the CBRI. Let me first go to Dr. Kanungo. Dr. Kanungo, it's a fear, and it's a massive fear in the minds of the people who reside close by. The implosion is first tell our viewers how much time is it going to take, because it's being touted as 9 seconds. Then some people are saying it's going to take 15 seconds. How much time? That I think I should be asking Mr. Chadha. But is there a fear for residents who are staying alongside?
Yeah, now the fear is not there. Okay. We have gave the green signal. We have given. After checking each bit of the scientific reason why we were worried, so we have corrected that with very many precautions. You can say we have taken a triple layer precautions for everything, and this is going to happen tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. and we have done in a very scientific and technical manner. For that, the whole CSIR team under Ministry of Science and Technology, we have deployed, we have picked up scientists from different fields. We have structural engineers, we have geotechnical engineers, we have geoscientists, we have disaster management people, we have blasting experts, we have explosive experts, we have vibration experts. So with me we have two colleagues. One is from SIMPER, Central Institute of Mining and Fuel Research Institute. He is a blast and explosive expert, and Dr. Harsh Verma, and with him is my own colleague Dr. Devadatta Ghosh.
So many departments are involved. It's not going to be an easy task. It's the kind of implosion that the country has not seen. And I just want to get an idea before I speak to you. I just want to get an idea from Mr. Chadha. How much time will this implosion take? Because they're saying it's going to be a series of blasts, and it's going to be it's being called as the waterfall implosion. What is that?
So basically, once the button is pressed, the implosion will happen in a sequence where first the bottom column goes off till the top, then the second layer goes off till the top. So there would be a sequence of columns which will be going by part, and the difference between the two buildings would be not more than 0.2 seconds. So the cane tower will start imploding, and then the apex will start imploding, and then it will just fall down like a waterfall implosion, we call it, because it will go in a sequence and it will not go totally at a time.
It is something that the entire country is looking at, and I think it is something that will also speak volumes about the kind of work that has gone in this kind of implosion. Also will set a precedent for more demolitions and implosions like this.
Right. See, we'll have to understand the kind of and the scale of the work is quite mammoth. So people all across, scientific bodies, they have actually gathered.
Right.
CBR is there, SIMPER is there, and there are other state government agencies also.
Right.
We have been meticulously planning and trying to see and rectify if any issues are there. Now coming to the vibration issue or these apprehensions, it is quite natural for everybody to have this apprehension. That is fine in their place. Now
They're just apprehensions?
that is apprehension there actually. Because I'm telling you the reason why it is apprehension only. Because see, many of the people, they are having a myth that it is actually, they are comparing it with earthquake intensity. That is quite different. I must tell you, it's not something that you can compare with the earthquake intensity. This is actually blasting vibration, and in case of blasting vibration also, the vibration because of the blasting of explosives will be minimal. The thing is actually the large amount of chunks which will be coming down with the potential energy hitting the ground. That will be the source of vibration, and for that adequate measures are in place.
So the people who live in these buildings which are right next to this twin tower, which is about 9 meters, they don't have anything to fear?
Yeah, actually not. They should not fear about anything because whatever the precautions has been taken, like for the reduction of the vibrations, we have ensured that old tires being laid in the footprint of the fall. So whatever the impact energy it will come, it will definitely reduce. So whatever the vibration was expected, that also further reduce. And even that kind, whatever the vibration jet demolition has predicted, based on their previous experiences, we have simulated the similar vibrations in our analysis, and we found the some of the columns where some had issues, so that has been repaired.
Now there are a lot of fears, and the residents who stay here, does that give you some solace from what you've heard the engineer speaking about?
Yeah. So basically, like they have done their research and analysis, and some repair work has already been taken place. So we are kind of assured that things will be happening in a very safe manner. And thanks to all the authorities, CBRI and edifice, that the support and efforts they have put in all this. And we just hope and pray that everything goes in a textbook.
There aren't any fears right now, or they've been awaited. They've gone away after listening to them.
See, it's a little bit anxiety and is always there, but it's gonna happen, and the best thing is just to let it happen and like enjoy the show.
Everyone needs to be leaving at 7 a.m. in the morning. Have you guys packed your bags?
Yeah, everyone. I think most of the guys have already left from here, and the balance will be definitely, as we discussed with you before 7, people will be vacating the house. And secondly, the confidence given by the team of CBRI and other scientists and edifice, and most of the people here are quite educated. It's not like somebody says some wrong story and we'll believe. So we are 100% or rather 200% confidence nothing is going to happen. Dukh bhare din bite re bhaiya, ab sukh aayo re.
So it's basically a happy moment for all of you, because this structure is going to be demolished, and this is what you all wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all very, very happy. We had a few fears, which obviously, Mr. Kanungo and his team has already alleviated those fears. But yeah, it's a very happy moment for us. All of us will, breathe a little easy. These buildings were blocking our view; they were blocking our air. So we are very, very happy.
What about the kind of the air pollution that is going to rise after this?
So that is another question that I had. We're all very worried about coming back tomorrow evening. We've been told that at about 5:30 we'll be informed whether we can come back tomorrow. However, I'm not very sure in how much time the dust will settle, because we heard stories that sometimes the dust can remain in the air for not only days but weeks. So if that fear can also be alleviated, we'll be very happy.
Days and not just weeks. Dr. Kanungo, they're saying that the kind of smoke that is going to gather may create problems.
No, it will not create problem. With time it will disperse. So initially for 15 minutes to half an hour, the dust cloud will be there. Automatically it will be settled down, and then with wind it will disperse. And when it disperses, the density of dust cloud will automatically reduce. So there is nothing to worry, and the Noida authority has deployed, I think, 15 smoke guns. I have confirmed from them that this has already been deployed, and they are trying to deploy another 15 if arranged. They are arranging from surrounding areas, and from 3:30, when I give the green signal, yes, everything is okay. From 3:30 to 5 or 5:30, they are going to clean all the roads, whatever dust will be settled, the area, they have arranged, I think, per smoke gun 10 tankers of water.
Okay.
That's around 100 tankers of water has been arranged, so nothing to worry. You will get your society neat and clean.
Dr. Kanungo, there's a sense of optimism that stems from he's instilling a lot of confidence that this is something that you don't really have to fear. But Mr. Chadha, Edifice has done implosions like this. Edifice has done demolitions like this. So apparently the society, the residents are in safe hands.
Yeah, obviously in safe hands. We have the best team in the world to do this and the best team in India to do the execution. So connecting the team with, it's really safe to go for this implosion now, and let's hope for the best for tomorrow.
Let's hope for the best for tomorrow is the message that is coming in from here, Niranjan. And let me also tell you that this is a big team. We're right in front of the Twin Tower. I would request Abhay to show you the pictures, although it's getting in dark here, but it's definitely a sense of optimism that is stemming even from this darkness, because the residents had been wishing this. They had wanted this Twin Tower to go down. They wanted it to be razed to the ground, and that is exactly what is happening tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. These Twin Towers, which are also being called the towers of corruption, are going to be brought down, are going to be razed to the ground, and this is also an example which is being set across the country, that this kind of this collusion between builders and the authorities is no longer going to be taken up by the residents. This is something that the residents will not be listening to, will not be bearing, and they will be launching a fight. And this fight has been won by the residents of this society, and that is why it also sets an example. I just want to say one thing, though Mr. Chadha, your expertise is in this kind of implosion, but and the company runs on these kind of implosions, but you wouldn't want this kind of fight for corruption happening in other places.
Yeah, obviously there should be no corruption in the country, otherwise the country can't grow. And we do demolition from last 18 years.
Right.
From 18 years we've been doing demolition. Yeah, this is one of the challenging jobs. We have done very big challenging jobs all across India.
Could you tell us something about the trigger remote that is being talked about? That it's going to be like a remote control blast.
No, it's not a remote control blast. Okay. So the wire which will be going from the building to the place where we go, and it's 100 meters away from the building.
Okay. So how is that process going to be? If you could just tell our viewers.
So the process would be once everything is checked and once the button is pressed, the process, as I explained, the columns will be started bursting from the bottom to the top, and in a sequential way from each grid will be demolished way by way. So it would be a planned implosion and it would be a sequential implosion.
Planned implosion and a sequential implosion. Dr. Kanungo.
Yeah, let me speak. The demolition will happen at 2:30 p.m. But there are quite a sequence of events after that. The first check of the site will be done by the 6 people of Edifice and Jet, who will be present at 100 meter distance to trigger the button. Once they go inside the Twin Tower and they gave a clearance. It will take another 15 minutes and they gave a clearance. Then my team will be starting from the viewpoint, which is 500 meters away from the site, and we will have an inspection of the Twin Tower site with the basement of Aspire 1, Aster 2 and Aster 3, these 3 buildings and basements of ATS village. And after that I am going to give the green signal for rest of the process to fall in. First we'll allow the cleaning and the settlement, the smoke guns and all those things, and then we immediately will start the express highway to operate at that moment, and then up to 5:30 we will have the cleaning process and rest of the proceedings.
Okay, Dr. Karunga, there's also another question that I would want to ask, because the residents had been speaking to the residents of the society earlier as well, and they said that it's not right now that they would want intervention. It is maybe after a period of 3 years, the structures have really faced a brunt of this kind of an implosion. How would that be ensured by the government?
Yeah, if the structure will face something due to this implosion, we have kept a check on that. Okay. We have put a condition pre-demolition structural audit and structural analysis and post-demolition structural audit and structural analysis. So the difference will come out if at all this tower is structurally affected by this implosion. And also we have instructed edifice to install 50 crack gauges in different flats wherever there are cracks, or in different columns where there are cracks. So it will have an initial reading, and post demolition also will be monitoring that.
That is important.
So that is a foolproof system.
That is important. Mr. Jetta, he's talking about a structural audit right after this implosion.
So we have done a visual inspection of the building, where each and every houses people have gone in, taken the photos, and as per CBR's guidance, again the crack installation thing has been installed, where we have measured the cracks from 1 mm to 10 mm to 12 mm, and these gauges are installed there only. So after the blast, we'll again inspect it and see whether there are any changes to that.
Perfect. So I think, yeah, you want to add a point?
I want to add a point. Apart from that, we have installed many geophones, like triaxial transducers that will provide us whatever the acceleration time histories, and that will also indicate what kind of vibration is generated during the blasting. So from that also you can correlate whether there will be any kind of damage due to this vibration or not.
Okay,
and apart from this also, you see.
So Charita, can I ask you a question that you can ask them maybe?
We are looking at it like this, it is a very big scientific opportunity for all of us to collect a very good data and re-strengthen our existing system.
Go ahead, Niranjan. Go ahead, I can hear you.
You know, from a television perspective, as journalists, we just wanted the best shot, and you've given us, the best possible location by being there, right adjacent to the towers. Can you ask them if they're going to place any cameras over there, maybe for us to see those towers come down? What's the best way? I mean, are they doing anything to capture that? Because all of us want to get that that video.
They definitely are not going to be taking onus if those cameras are reduced to rubble, Niranjan. They will not be taking any onus. But since you asked, I'm going to definitely ask them. They're asking. My colleague just wants to know are there any close cameras that have been put for you to capture what really is happening close?
We have put lots of cameras inside, and also we'll be using 5 drones to capture all the images, which will be shared to CBRI.
Which will be shared with the CBRI.
Yeah,
when do we get to see?
We have a massive instrumentation plan to have a proof what has been predicted or analyzed or designed and what has happened. For that, we are monitoring with 19 plus 10, 29 seismographs vibration monitoring all around this up to a distance of 150 meter in radius. And then we are putting high-speed cameras. Maybe it will be around 15 cameras. We are having with thermal camera also capturing the whole event. And you won't believe, we have put 10 black boxes in the to be demolished structure. And those black boxes are carrying sensors on both the twin towers.
Those black boxes can be compared to the ones that are carried in aircrafts. Is it something like that?
Yeah, sort of. We have put intentionally the sensors, and in different floors, each tower will carry 5 black boxes, and when the debris will be removed, we will remove those black boxes and we'll get the data. So and there will be an agreement that edifice will share all their data to us. So there is foolproof system.
How many of them? 5 of them, you said. How many black boxes?
10 black boxes.
No, Niranjan, that's something that we haven't heard till now, but that I think is for the first time on Republic, that Dr. Kaningo is confirming that there are 10 black boxes which are right inside, which have been placed right inside that building. So when the twin towers are reduced to rubble, we will get an inside information through those black boxes, which is very similar to the kind of thing you see in aircrafts when there is an aircraft crash that takes place and you get the entire information through black boxes. You're going to get the inside of what really happened and how the blast triggered and how the building was brought down through those black boxes. I think this is something which is exclusively you're breaking on Republic. I don't think the media still has it.
In addition to that, also there are many other surprises. One surprise is basically to see the movement of each column, the sequences. Some CCTV cameras are also fitted inside the building itself.
CCTV camera.
And you're sure those CCTV cameras will be still functioning by the end of this morning?
Yeah, of course. We'll get what is happening.
Get a commitment from them. Get a commitment from them to give it to Republic first.
It's a full transparency.
So it's a huge amount of scientific instrument.
Well, my colleague Niranjan in the studio wants that you could share those images with Republic. You've worked on that. We would want the people to see it.
That we can decide later on.
That's a question. Question related to intellectual property rights, but the things which has to be brought before the public, it will be brought to before the public through you only.
Dr. Kanungo very seriously answering that one as well, Niranjan, and very clearly it is going to be a big, it is going to be one of the biggest implosions that the country has seen, also because of the fact that it's being surrounded by residential buildings, and there are people who are going to be vacating but coming back the same night. So we really need to see what really happens, and the kind of specifications that Dr. Kanungo here and Mr. Chedda are giving from edifice. It seems that it will be a job that is going to be well taken care of. Niranjan.
Thank you so much, Sucharita, for that very, very detailed report. That was on a lighter note about the footage. Of course, we have about 10 to 15 cameras placed. Republic TV. In fact, we have a live shot just trying to promote that, plug that. We have a 24/7 feed that is already live on YouTube, on Republic TV, Republic Bharat. You can find that live feed streaming now. So it's already live. You can see it. You have that static shot, and that will be rolling until that building comes down. So Charita, for that fantastic report. Thank you so much. Shivangi, I'm going across to Shivangi as well for a second. Shivangi is also there, and she's been reporting from there for the last few days. Shivangi, tell us a little bit about the residents, how they are prepared and or are preparing, and what this really means for them.
Right, Niranjan. So it's sunset already. It's dark here, which means also that this will be the last night that the Super Tech Twin Towers are going to see, because it's just 18 hours left and they will be razed to the ground. So there are two residential societies, Niranjan. One is ATS Village and one is Emerald Court. They are right next door to Super Tech. So as we were speaking to the authorities, they are taking every precaution to make sure that the residents are prepared. So that means they will be leaving at 7 a.m. in the morning and they will only come back by evening. Now, where I'm standing right now is the expressway, and that is giving us the long shot of the building. I'm not sure whether you can see the building right now. This is a very, very faint light as the sun sets here in New Delhi at sector 93A of Noida area. So as the sun sets, you can see that the preparations have already begun. In fact, when Sucharita was speaking to the residents, they are already packing their bags right now to move away from the spot. Also, when we talk about safety, apart from the fire tenders, the ambulances, policemen, everyone is prepared just to make sure that in case that something untoward happens, the situation will be managed, which means that the area will be closed off. A 2-kilometer radius from the Super Tech towers will be closed off. The vehicles around will also be removed. And of course, later on, we showed you those visuals of the geotextile fabric, which was put on the buildings close by. So the residents, of course, the big win for the residents. I just want to, talk about this and what Sucharita was also telling us when she was talking to the authorities and residents. A big win for them. They've been fighting this case for a very long time, and it comes on the back of the Supreme Court order, which said that Supertech and Noida Authority were in nefarious complicity, and these towers, Niranjan, have violated serious building codes, and that is why tomorrow they will be just rubble by 2:30 p.m. in just 9 seconds.
Thank you for that, Shivangi. Joining us live from Noida, and Republic TV will be live starting tomorrow morning. Those towers symbolize corruption, and we are tracking the demolition of this Twin Tower live on Republic. Taking a short break here on Republic TV, getting you the other big story we're tracking closely on your channel, the Sonali Phogat murder. BJP leader who was murdered. In this video, her personal aide, Sudhir Sangwan, is seen force-feeding her drugs in a liquid form. Chinese build-up at the LAC on the Chinese side, and we've accessed the video. It's a wake-up call for us as well, and it's a video that shows China's provocation.
And more national stories at this point from sports. Olympic champion javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra on Friday scripted history as he became the first Indian to clinch a Diamond League meeting title, winning the Lausanne leg. The 24-year-old Chopra, who had pulled out of the Birmingham Commonwealth Games due to a minor groin injury he had suffered while winning a silver during the World Championships last month, hurled the sphere to 89.08 meters in his first attempt to seal the win in style.
There was also somebody coming back through injury. This is a first round effort. Oh, that's huge.
Taliban has refused to allow female students to leave the Afghan capital to go to study in Kazakhstan and Qatar, according to reports. Russian media, both female and male students, remember, were planning to leave Kabul, but only male students were permitted, whereas restrictions were put on the female students. Pakistan Finance Minister has lashed out at the PTI-led Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government for attempting to sabotage the Pakistan IMF deal ahead of the Global Lenders Executive Board meeting.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course there have been journalists in Pakistan who have been tortured, who have been shot at. But those journalists are either neutral or do not support Imran Khan at all. During Imran Khan's regime, the same thing was done to journalists who would criticize Imran Khan's government and Imran Khan himself. Friends, in Pakistan, everybody is a lion, till the time the police come calling, and then all the lions are lambs.
Republic has accessed a video of Chinese PLA build-up on their side of LAC. Now the video shows PLA working with heavy machines near the border in Chaglagam, Arunachal. Sources in the Indian Army confirming that the video of Chinese construction across their side of the LAC is a recent one. Army sources adding that the construction is on the Chinese side, but it's too close for comfort.
Mark Zuckerberg has announced Meta's new VR headset that will cost around $1,000. While speaking to Joe Rogan in his podcast, Zuckerberg announced that the new headsets will be out in October. Russia late Friday blocked agreement on the final document of a 4-week review of the UN treaty considered the cornerstone of nuclear disarmament, which criticized its military takeover of Europe's largest nuclear plant soon after Russian troops invaded Ukraine, an act that has raised fears of nuclear accident.
Cristiano Ronaldo transfer news continues to make headlines, with the Manchester United forward recently linked to a French club in the ongoing transfer window. The Portuguese superstar had put in a transfer request in the summer, stating his desire to play Champions League football after Manchester United failed to qualify for the competition. After assuring themselves of a medal, Indian shuttlers Satvik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty take on Aaron Chia and So Woo-yik in the men's doubles semi-finals. The Indians defeated world number 2 Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi of Japan in the quarterfinals and will now have a mountain to climb against the Malaysians on Saturday for a place in Sunday's final.
Raja Singh has been arrested once again.
Former football captain
me in the Navy that ships don't die, they just fade away only to be reborn again. And behold, behind me is INS Vikrant. Let's take a look inside this mean machine, the greatest ever engineering marvel that Indian Defence Forces have made. Let's step inside this mean machine that has been designed jointly by the design team of Navy at the Cochin shipyard. INS Vikrant is a 262-meter long aircraft carrier and 62-meter wide. Essentially, it's more than 2 football fields and much bigger than 2 hockey fields. It can also, if you have to say, according to the Navy, it's the size of 10 Olympic-sized swimming pools. That's the entire size of this entire deck. Now, I'm right now at the flight deck of the INS Vikrant. Now, what is important is the fact that this is a ship which has got 15 decks. More than 1,300 compartments are there in this ship. The total length of the ship is the biggest one ever made. What's most important is 76